Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Yay! So I brought you in really close today to do a fun new, oh, you almost fell over. You can't fall over on a Friday. It's the wrong day for falling over. That's like Sunday morning. Sunday morning is for falling over. Let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, sorry, it's just me on the camera crew. So I wanted to do a fun eyeshadow look today using my Tati Beauty palette. I haven't used this since before the pandemic, but I love, you can see I've been digging in this palette quite a bit. You can see that I've used every single color on here, and you can, oh, she's just got such, it's so brilliant because we've got the sort of matte, metallic, or rather, what is that? What is that? Sequin. Sequin, we've got metallic, and then we've got glitter, and these are so fun. You can't use them every day, but they're super fun. So I think I'm gonna do a fun wet eyeshadow look today. And I'm gonna use this and maybe this. So these in here, I sort of wanna have a coppery kind of a look. And excuse my hair, I haven't done it yet and I just got off the treadmill. Okay, so we start with Tatcha the Serum. Okay, I gotta get my little special mirror here. You can still see Tatcha. And remember, we've talked about this as a great makeup base. And this is actually, on the Tatcha website, they actually talk about the serum stick as a makeup base. So I didn't realize that till I went out and looked at it. So then we do Glow Screen from Supergoop. Love this stuff. This is a chemical sunscreen. I use both a chemical sunscreen and the physical sunscreen. The physical sunscreen has zinc oxide in it, which is more like a physical barrier to the rays, the sun's rays. And the chemical is more of a chemical block to the sun's rays. Okay. This one is the Josie Maran, Perfect and Protect. That's a physical block, and I use this one also. I'll probably use it a little bit later as my foundation because it's just a Friday here at home. I am not going anywhere, so I'm not gonna do a heavy foundation. I'm mostly gonna focus on eyes, so we can have a shorter video today. Okay, so I'm using my Scott Barnes 62. I'm not gonna use anything else except for this. I still have not figured out how to get, there we go. Scott Barnes. I spend all day trying to get the camera to focus on the image. Okay, just pulling out all my tools here. Okay. Now I've already used my Anastasia Clear Brow Mascara or Clear Brow Gel. I'm just gonna go through and do my brow highlight, if I can get the pen off. Now what I do is I smash my It Cosmetics Perfect Lighting, the brush, I smash it flat so that the brush goes super thin and flat. And then I just run it underneath the brow. Underneath the brow. brow. And then I just lightly blend it out. Tap, tap, tap. Remember from the first lesson. Blend it out. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. Then I go back and I brush backwards to pick up some extra product on the tip of the brush, and then I just hit the brow bone, just the brow bone. You see, just right here. And then I just hit the brow bone, and then I just lightly, lightly tap so that there's kind of some extra focus right at the brow bone, okay? Don't forget to clean the back of your hand, or you'll end up with makeup all over your sofa or your chair or wherever you're sitting. I need a cloth. Oh, let's see what we have here. Maybe a little paper towel. Never start doing your makeup without a towel or without something to keep your hands clean. Lesson number 1. Okay, now here is the Bright Stick. I just run that in the waterline. Remember, we're doing an over 50. Sorry, girls, but it's over 50. And guys, whoever's watching this makeup tutorial, it opens up the eye, okay? So we don't want to do a liner and lower lashes look with this. This will actually open up that eye. So you're focusing on sort of above the lash line. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do a little bit of eyeshadow primer. I don't do much of that. When I do, I use the Tatcha the Silk Canvas. I just swipe and then drop it down a little bit on the lid. Swipe, drop it down. And that just gives a kind of smoothing effect of the upper lid. It's also skincare, so it's good for you. And it gives a smooth surface on which your application goes. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. Now, I'm gonna bring in, just because I think it probably is needed, a Sephora brush. This is the 205 crease and shadow brush from Sephora. So I'm gonna take this side and I'm gonna go into the metallic Aura. So Aura is the color. And I'm just gonna swipe over the whole eye. Just not even very precisely, just drop it in and then swipe over the eye, because we're just going for a kind of a wet look. Back in the 90s, girls would put Vaseline on their lids to have that sort of wet look. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna use really great shadow. Okay. Then I'm gonna go into the Metallic Story, this one right here. And I'm really gonna load the brush. Load, load, load. Okay? Tap a little, and then right in the crease, okay? Right in the crease, straight in. Focusing right here on the edge. You can see the color is depositing. Just a little bit of almost like a swirling back and forth. And then bring it in a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Then load the brush. Tap, tap. And then straight into the crease. And remember, when you're over 50, you're gonna have probably some hooded eyes. So if you look down, you will get a better application in the crease. Okay, so again, swirling, stroking right in the crease. And then bring it in towards the nose. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Soothe Metallic for my blending, okay? And then that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do a heavy look. It's not gonna be fancy. It's not gonna be an ombre. All it is gonna be a very easy, fun summer wet look. Okay, then I'm gonna go over to Aura, the matte, and I'm gonna dust over just to bring everything down a little bit. Just to bring it down a hair. So that it's wet, but it's not so wet that it looks maybe not, you know, unnatural, or like people will just look at your eyes. What's on your eyes? Okay. All right, so finished with the brush, goes back in. Then we go to eyeliner. This is from e.l.f. This is the same pen that I've been using if you've watched. And look down, okay? So I'm gonna get close so you can see. Look down, hold the pen right at the edge of the lid so that it's pointing up towards the brow, the end of the brow. And then sweep this way. Okay, and then bring it in and do the inner corner. And then sweep this way. If you rest your pinky on your face, you will not have that problem of the shaky hand. Okay, again, look down, point the pen towards the edge of your brow, or the end of your brow. Lay it down. And then sweep inwards. Down and sweep. Then come in, do the inner eye. Looking down will help you. And resting your pinky on your face will help you balance the tool. And that's all there is to that. Now, remember my trick with the lashes. So we're going to do this right now, right here, right now. Sorry. We're going to apply our lash glue right now. Okay. So what we're doing is we're applying our lash glue in the tube that is, I think it might be time for a new tube. Okay. The glue tube that you can't open. So my trick is to sort of speed up the process for you if you've got little ones around or you've got your grandkids over and they want your attention. This is a great way to get your lashes done, which is to put the glue on and then set it down to dry. So put the glue on. Remember, it goes straight in, not this way, this way. Okay. And then we just set it down on the surface and let it dry. Pull off the next lash. Put your glue on. I know you can't see it when I put it in my lap, right? So, glue goes on. And then just drop it straight down onto the table and let it dry. And then you go on to the next thing. The next thing for us today is going to be mascara. This is just L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's a great mascara. I've used L'Oreal forever, since the beginning of my wearing makeup. It's always a dependable formula. I don't think they're cruelty-free yet, but you know, if they don't do that soon, I might have to move away from them. But I think they probably will will go to cruelty-free at some point here soon, because they, you know, these cosmetic companies who aren't cruelty-free, there's just no future for them, because consumers like me and you are not going to support companies that aren't cruelty-free. But for now, Lash Paradise at the drugstore, at the grocery store, everywhere you can find any kind of makeup is going to be there. So in the age of pandemic, it's very convenient to be able to get your mascara from, you know, your local grocery shop. Okay. So we put our mascara on, so it's time to put our lashes on. And this can sometimes be difficult, so I'm gonna get in really close. See those hereditary circles? I just am not afraid of those anymore. Look down in a mirror. The center of the lash band goes to the center of your eye. Drop it down. And then the end of the lash, just pull it so that it meets the lash lid line. The inner corner, just press it so that it meets the lash lid line. And you'll be able to see where it presses against the lid. And there it is. So good. Lashes just make everything better. I mean, some people will say like a martini, but not me. I'm in recovery. There you go. So I don't partake in the alcohols that solve problems of the world. Lashes solve the problems of the world. Okay, so again, look down. The center of the lash band goes to the center of your eye. Drop it against the lid and the lash line. Let it sit for a second. Then come back to the end of it. Press it against the end of your lash and lid line, the band, the lash band. You can see I'm pressing. And then come to the inner eye, the inner corner of the eye. It's already sort of stuck, and just kind of convince it to stick in the right place. Sometimes you have to turn this around and press. Sometimes you have to go back and press. And you can see where I'm pressing is lifting the lid a little bit, just to make sure you get everything meeting the skin. And you'll feel it. You'll feel the glue meeting the skin. And there it is. And then sometimes you'll need to sort of brush your lashes underneath. Some girls will coat the coat mascara on your natural lashes so that they meet with the lashes on the lash band. I don't do that because I like to reuse these lashes a few times, not many. You don't want to use them so many you begin to introduce bacteria. But each lash set can probably last you a few days, I would say. But this is a Lash Couture Faux Mink Collection. Not sponsored, this is just what I use. You can get these at CVS, and this is what I buy in sets like this, and then each set I store individually in a clean container. Sort of like a contact lens kind of case. The same idea. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to the circles, the hereditary circles. So you can see I have hereditary circles. When you're over 50, you have an extra problem of hereditary circles, bags, wrinkles. It's just a big disaster. So you have to be careful with the concealer. I usually do not use the Tarte Shape Tape. It's very opaque, and it's a heavy formula that for women or for people over 50 who use this, it can sometimes be a little bit heavy. So what I do is I take the IT Cosmetics Perfect Lighting Pen with the brush, not a doe foot applicator, which is on the end of this Tarte. And I will take a little bit off the doe foot, just a little bit, so that I have a little bit more control of the product placement on my face. Okay, so for me, I just stay right here in the corner, because that's where my darkness is. And if I get over here, we're getting into bags and wrinkles, and this product will completely get into those bags and wrinkles, because powder on skin over 50 can age you. So I don't want to have to powder it to stay in place. I don't have to do all of that. It adds more focus to your wrinkles and bags and all of that. So the less product you lay onto skin over 50, the better you'll be. And then I take my finger and bring it straight down. And this may even be too much product. And then I take some in the center and deposit it at the bridge of my nose. So this may even be too much product. So I'm gonna take the IT Cosmetics, don't panic when you've got too much. This is the IT Cosmetics Love Beautifully Blending Concealer Brush. This is really a great tool. You can see it is just almost like an airbrush. So you just go in with a really good tool and you just blend it out. Just in tiny little circles and blend it out. And there we go. Okay. All right, so that's crisis averted. So, you know, don't panic. You can always work with makeup. Makeup is, you know, it's not like, you know, being in space. It will cooperate with you if you just use the right tools and you don't panic. There's no need for panic in makeup. Makeup is fun. Makeup, especially now during pandemic, makeup is what we need to get us through. So that helps take those circles right down nicely. Okay. And then remember when I talked about powder, we want to be gentle with the powder. I use the Hourglass products. These are great. This one is Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. Okay. That's what it looks like. Just swirl the same brush, the concealer brush, and just bring it to the places where you want some better kind of control on the shine. Just on those places. And it sort of helps to set also those areas where the circles are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit of the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47 Protect and Perfect as just a kind of finishing. I'm doing this sort of over the powder today because I just want to keep it kind of light. I'm just going to use one pump and I'm going to put it on a brush instead of on my hands today, just for a slightly different effect. Okay. Remember I've already got sunscreen underneath. So I'm using this more as a kind of light foundation, almost like a CC cream. And I'm just sort of dotting it around the face just to even up the complexion a little bit. I did a pretty severe retinol treatment last week, so I'm starting to peel. So I don't want to have lots and lots of makeup to just kind of heighten that, to show that off, show off the areas that are peeling. I just want nice, glowing, healthy skin. And there you go. Now, I could put a little bit of blush. I could put a little bit of blush, but I don't think I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is just call it a day with the healthy, glowing skin. I'm going to do one more over the face of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, just to kind of set everything and give a nice finish to the skin. Ooh, got myself in the eye. Oh, brushes don't go in your eyeballs. Don't do that. Just take the shine down ever so slightly. I don't want to remove all the shine because I want healthy, glowing skin for all of my Zoom calls. And I also want some of the skin to show through because I just think that is a really great modern, healthy way to show your skin. And over 50 skin, I think is worth showing off. You know, we have some issues with our skin when we get over 50, but it's still beautiful skin. And again, at almost 54, as some of you know, I have some of those issues, but I still, I think, have beautiful skin. So that's today's tutorial. A little bit of a heavier, not heavier, but a little more color to the shadow. And a little slightly different way of doing our skin and our foundation, using good skincare, good tools, and good love for ourselves, good self-care, good self-esteem and self-image. Be aware of who you are inside and it will show on your skin. So with that, I'll say have a great Friday, have a great weekend. Thanks for seeing me today, and I'll see you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah.